sounds of boglins, I couldn't tell, but something happened on the Tripod Trail. Giants and dragons are corrupting us all. If we didn't get help, we will all go to hell. Did you hear the news out of Waveco Cave? A big holder tried to make us their slaves. My players trying to control our brains. I just woke up and the village was razed. We need the stronghold to protect us for the night. We need the stronghold to help us with this fight. We need the stronghold. We need the stronghold to go searching through the game. We need the stronghold. We need the stronghold. It's been a week since we saw day. A mighty group of adventurers. They're savage as hell, but they may be mad enough to get us through this spell. When they are together, they are the stronghold. We are the stronghold. We're here to show you the way. We are the stronghold. We might just have to save the day. We're just a group of heroes, yeah. We're big and we're small. We may not be the best in town, but we answered the call. But we are together. We are the stronghold.
We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. We're in Waterdeep. We just were in the frozen north of the Sea of Moving Ice for, wow, maybe a month of episodes. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. We're going to be missing Gary playing Noynek today. He was in Tennessee and got thrashed by that Helena?
Helene.
Helena? It's a good one. Hurricane that smoked a whole bunch of folks. But yeah, sorry about everybody who was in the path of that hurricane. If you're watching us today, welcome. Let's see. My dog's crying at the window. We got our 988 charity going still for mental health awareness and suicide awareness, because September is Suicide Awareness Month. And if you feel it in your heart and want to donate, that'd be awesome. If not, pack about 30 minutes of your day, and charity comes from the heart. If you want to reach out to a friend and check in on them and have a little bit more time to be able to respond and interact with somebody, you might save a life. But other than that, that song that was just playing was Skylar's voice, and it's on Spotify.
Not today's voice. That's definitely not today's voice.
Yeah. That's yeah. That was your voice.
Not today's voice.
Not today's voice. We're building book 3, right, Kara, of the Pantheon series as well. If you want to get on the Amazons and support our friends.
There we go. Yep.
Just read it. Great read.
Yeah, so he's read it. My 5 beta readers have it, and so hopefully it's going to come out this spring, the 3rd book.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Other than that, over to you, DM Pete.
Well, as per normal, we'll start this with a recap, and I'm going to be nice to 2 players tonight because one can't talk and one's maybe a special day. So we'll carry on, and there's only 3 of you that are going to be rolling to do the recap, and that's Moriana, Tim, and Pleat.
Well, I got a 10, so high or low, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think I got lucky on that one. What'd you roll, Shug?
That's the 5.
Oh yeah, the 15 looks kind of weird on that one.
It's
an
high
S.
today.
You rolled an S.
It's highest today. So who's got the highest?
Okay.
I said 9.
Of the 2 of us.
Oh,
Is it just?
and Pleat got 9. So Tim, it's you.
I got 15.
All right. So Yeah, so we passed a pretty large arc of the story, right, where we defeated one of the evil giants, Jarl Storvald. In the sea moving ice, we found his lair, which was Storvald. What is the name of his island? That just slips my mind, and I'm running this campaign.
Svorborg.
Svarborg, Storbald, the Krigvind.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we took his Shornhorst. We grabbed that and we stole it from him, and we made it back down to Waterdeep. But amongst all the Ark stuff, I'm pretty sure we killed the Ice Primordial that was making things evil in the Frost Giant world. Right, so we, and then we came back. We're kind of reporting to.
You broke down and got the ruin stones.
We got a rune. You got a blood rune.
We got Thor's hammer, sorted.
Yep. Zora got a sick hammer.
We got a moon sickle.
Ooh, a druid moon sickle. Yep. You got a cool thing. But we got a lot of cool loot, and we got a giant helmet that we sold to the Luskan pirates to make ourselves safely down south. And now we are trying to find a way to the Eye of the Allfather, which we got to do some studying there. But I think we'll probably got a message. We're gonna check the stone, right? But what else happened?
We dropped the Yetis off from the.
We dropped the Yetis off. We freed some Yetis. We did some good. Took care of the. They're not considered wildlife, but they are creatures. We got them free. But yeah.
Then we landed in Waterdeep, and Lady Lariel greeted us, and Bork explained our story.
That's right.
And now we're celebrating.
Yeah, we stole the ship and we made it silly. So I guess the mast, the sail of the Krigvind had a frost giant on it, and now we gave him like a monocle and a silly face, so people know it's not.
And everyone's chanting Noinek and the Revengers of the Heroes of the North.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
And since Gary's not here to stop us, we're going to keep pushing the Noinek part of Noinek.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah. Make him mayor of Waterdeep. He would love that.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't, so we'll find. Okay, so it's coming to the end of the evening now. Half the party have retired to their domiciles and various things. Noinek is suspiciously absent. He sort of fed off. He sort of went away as the party started, as if trying to sort of keep out of the limelight. You know what he's like. He doesn't particularly like that type of thing, so he's sort of gone off and he's gone to his
politicking for mayor.
Yeah. So, Bork, you've had lots of people are talking to you about things, asking you about what happened. You've regaled them many a times. You forgot how many times you've explained how you captured the Krigvig now. It seems to be every group of people coming in want to have a piece of Noinek and the Revengers and get the story firsthand. After a few hours of doing that, you decide that you want to sort of settle down for the night and rest your joints and all that sort of stuff, and sort of just you go to your room. That leaves Tim and Moriana in the bar at the moment. They've just finished one of their drinks. And what do you want to do, Tim?
Oh, okay. Yeah. If everybody's kind of, I'll like shyly ask, if you want to. I haven't let my Onyx dog out in a while. Want to know if Moriana wants to go for a walk and walk Kai.
Oh yeah, let's go walk. Let's go.
We have a little bit of this scripted, so yeah, we'll go outside, and I'm gonna try to walk her to a special place, and I'll let Kai out, the Onyx dog, and just kind of, hey, sorry, buddy, I only get you. It hasn't even been 7 days since the last time I used you, So at day 7, I'll pull him from the astral plane, and let him run around.
Okay, so as Sir Timothy and Moriana stroll through the winding lantern-lit streets of Waterdeep, the bustle of the city gradually softens, leaving a tranquil hush that hangs in the cool, crisp night air. The path leads them towards northward, slowly meandering through and enjoying the walk with their dog Kai. The moonlight shines in serene brilliance, casting silver lights over the dark shadow and wood buildings. Rising above them is a stunning silhouette of the House of the Moon, the Temple of Saloon. The temple seems to glow from within with tall white marble spires that reach out towards the sky, their tips adorned with intricate crescent moon designs. The moonlight dances and cascades round the pale stone facade, turning a soft, almost ethereal blue-white, like a frozen wave caressed by starlight. As you walk closer, you approach the temple, a breathtaking sight unfolds before you. Amid the moonlight spires of the House of the Moon, you see a graceful, ethereal light dancing, a vision of Saloon herself, her form in luminescent, horrible word, glowy colouring, and as if made of pure moonlight. She swirls around the tall marble spires in an elegant motion, her flowing hair cascading like silvery water, and delicate gowns shimmering in the night sky. Saloon's dance is both serene and alluring, each step excluding a divine elegance of sensual grace. As she twirls around, the light seems to weave in and out of the crescent moon symbols on the spires, bathing them in a silvery glow. As she moves, the moonlight seems to shift around her, as if the moon is giving her life. The sight is mesmerizing, creating an intimate and almost enchanting atmosphere around the temple. I'll put a picture in our Discord for you guys, because I've done a picture for you.
Cool. Painted it this morning?
Yeah, I painted it this morning, all on my own.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, quick.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool Zora picture. Oh, wait, so we see her?
Yeah, she actually looks like a...
Yeah, I think that's,
As you start to look up, you start to realize what happened, and just before your eyes, she seems to like wispy away and go round and disappear. And then you turn around and your eyes meet at the bottom of the Temple of Saloon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Did you know this was the Temple of Saloon?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing me here.
But yeah, I just wanted to, as a man of faith, I figured I would bring you to this temple because I know that you did have a passion for Selene, and this was just a temple that I saw, when I was growing up in Waterdeep, and wanted to share something with you to have a little bit of a home here as well. And I don't know, just we've been together for a long time, and this next journey we take could be perilous, and I was just wondering if we could do it together, if we could maybe build a relationship.
When I first met you, I didn't see the person that I see now, and from what I've seen in our journeys together, you really care about those who are around you. And that's something I would be happy to have in my life from this way forward.
Yeah, I'll just hold her hands and kind of look at the moon. You know what I mean? I'm not going to kiss it up. You know what I mean? But we'll just be like, I'll just try to hold your hand, see if you hold back, I think Kai's doing whatever. I'll scratch Kai's head. Wow.
Let's honor Selene tonight with not just our words, but with our hearts.
Okay. All right,
okay.
Cool.
So as the moonlight casts its silvery glow over the streets of Waterdeep, Sir Timothy and Moriana make their way back, hand in hand. The city is calm, wrapped in gentle hush of moonlight. With every step, the distance between them seems to close. Fingers entwine, and the warmth of each other's touch like a delicate promise. In the final step, Timothy looks to Moriana, finally smiling as before they settle down for the evening.
Are they really settling down, though?
Yes, they are. They are in this one.
In curtains.
Boom. Fade to black. God.
Yeah. No, she turns into a dog. Yeah.
This is a family-friendly channel. Most days.
Does the
Just
Baldur's
going to
Gate
mute
bear
Tim,
thing?
Blandina. Just going to mute him a second. Right. Okay, so you all have a peaceful night's sleep. You all manage to have a long rest. You all are feeling. It's nice to actually sleep in a bed rather than wherever you've had to for the past few weeks. Morning breaks and the bustling streets of Waterdeep wake you up in the morning. And from the bottom, from the inn, there seems to be freshly made pastries and bacon and stuff. Smells wafting up the stairs.
Mm.
So I'll go around each of you and see what you guys want to do. It's a lovely new day now that you've arrived in Waterdeep. You meet each other down on the breakfast table, and there's a note from Noynek saying, "Got to deal with something. Back as soon as I can." And you do recognise it is Noynek's writing. No one's trying to pull a fast one.
Gotcha. Yep. We did all the proper insight checks.
Yeah, I'll let you get on with all that stuff. So that's fine. So 5 of you sat down at the moment. Breakfast is served, and you're around talking to each other. What do you guys want to discuss? I'll go around the table just so you all get a bit of say, and it's easier to do that than to sort of go in and do it. So first of all, I've randomized this. So Bork is first.
Nice. Well, oddly, you see Bork with a giant mug of coffee, and he's just like sipping on this coffee. No idea why he's doing it, but he's sipping on this coffee because of all the stories that he had to tell the previous night. The voice box that his voice box is worn out. The actual mechanism inside of his robot body is it needs to be defragged. So
It's that so the artificial larynx is always a problem.
Exactly, right. So like I'm just gonna whisper to everybody, well, I'm probably gonna have to go down to the artificer store and get a new box. So if somebody wants to go before we go do anything else, I might have to do that.
That's fine. Do you remember the name of the artificer stop in Waterdeep?
Yeah, I mean it's somewhere back in like episode 17.
I know. I'm just asking you. I'm being annoying. I'll let you figure out that one whilst I go on to the next person.
I mean, I've got it in here somewhere.
I am evil. I know.
Here's the thing. I know I wrote it down, so it's a matter of finding it.
And Zora, you've woken up this morning.
So Zora wakes up and she wakes up sort of spitting out feathers because of course when she fell asleep, Pleep was a person-shaped person, and when she woke up he was back to little Birdman, curled up in her arms. And this morning, it would seem that family is what's really on her mind, and two big things. First of all, Zora's not the smartest person about magic, but she knows a little bit about families, and so she's got some concerns if this being with Pleep as a person-shaped person is going to be a regular thing. She might want to find some ways to prevent families. So she's going to go out and look for some kind of herbalist or alchemist just to have something on hand, just in case, she's not necessarily morning after, more preventative, right? But she's also going to, as she's wandering around looking for an alchemist or herbalist, just kind of generally be asking questions. Hey, has anybody ever heard of Bishtal? And kind of describe her mother, large woman, big like me, strong. And give sort of a general description of, she'd be about 45, 50 years old. May or may not have some other children, and just generally I'm looking for her, if anybody's seen her. So that's her plan, is to kind of go out and look for that alchemist and ask questions as she goes.
Perfect. And Moriana.
Moriana is gonna set out with Bork to also do a little bit of shopping for some of the plants and herbs she needs to make those healing potions that she learned to make.
Hey, would those people have the things that I'm maybe looking for? Can I tag along?
You guys gonna have a shopping day? You just see me just like, oh, friends. This is so good.
Yeah, we can stop anywhere you'd like.
Nice.
Okay, so that's those three. Fine. Next one is Pleep.
Nice. I'm gonna go and see if anybody can identify what this bracelet is exactly that I got. Get more into it and see if there's a history behind it or any type of anything else like that to see if there's more of these things. I find it very interesting and intriguing. So
Yep, nice. And last but no means least, Tim.
That's right. We did get some weird rune stuff, didn't we? There was another one at the end that I'm trying to remember.
It was
Didn't
a
we
runic. We got a runic tablet. Is what we got.
Okay, that's right. When you go, I'm gonna pass that off to you too. I was like, hey, I have this
all right,
as well. If you want to go study this, I don't
absolutely.
know. Okay,
I'll take
it's
that.
definitely out of
Of course,
my.
it's the blood rune.
She's got the blood rune as well.
Mhm.
Do you want him to take a look at the blood rune?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can do that. I can
Okay,
handle it.
I'll take that with me then.
Okay, so I've got a bit of a shopping list because I'm a paladin, and I want to and I'm going to talk to you guys as you guys are leaving. I was like, hey, I want to leave Waterdeep a better place than we left it, in case we go die. You know what I mean? At the Eye of the Allfather, you know. So I want to ask your guys' permission if I can use the Krigvind as a part of the Coast Guard for Waterdeep in the meantime. So I would like to get a crew offer. We're going to keep the Krigvind, as I log guys like, yes, we'll keep it, right? Until we know what to do with it. But in the meantime, I would like its uses to be able to protect the city until we come back. You guys comfortable with that?
So like not quite privateer Coast Guard?
It's,
Coast
yeah.
Guard for hire?
Yeah, I guess you guys can sort out how it gets paid or whatever. I would just like to, well, if it's here, in the meantime,
It's a good.
Yeah. We to dock it for free here. Use it as your Coast Guard. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that until we figure out. I want to go check on the chateau, the Alangandar chateau, to make sure it's still a police station / maybe a hospital. You know what I mean? Like, and make sure it's doing good things for that district, because that was a rough part of town. And I want to make sure that it's progressing. And then I'd like to finish the day by going to the Temple of Tyr for some stuff.
Okay.
Go talk to Archbishop, if I can get an audience with the highest level of priests, all the way up to the what's his name, Archbishop Henry. See if I can get a blessing from that guy.
Okay.
Paladin stuff. That's it.
So perfect then. So first of all, we'll do the one that involves two of you. There's two of you first of all go into the herbalists. So we'll do that one first. And you talk to Mort in the inn and ask him where the best place to go for this is. He points you in the direction of somewhere called Mossvale Remedies. It's in the Castle Ward. It's quite a... Mort's, now that you guys have come into a sort of bit more money and a bit more prestige, you seem to be given sort of locations that are a bit more of your level. They're not like go to the harbour, knock 4 times and the door will open type thing. These are of a very well respected herbalist. He thinks her name. I think it's Eladria or something like that. I think it's Eladria Moss. I think it's sure it's Eladria, but he gives you some directions. And as you, give me a second, as you make your way to the castle ward, you are stopped by nearly stopped by some castle guards. As they instantly recognise you two, and they sort of halberds come up type thing, and they give you a quick sort of nod as you are allowed through. Seems a little bit different. You seem to remember not so long ago when you were coming through Waterdeep, that you would be stopped at every gate, stopped at every guard, people trying to check who you are. Now it's just instant recognition, which is
We got our glow up.
you got your
Well,
glow
this
up, yeah.
didn't change.
As you go through Castle Ward, you are looking around, and this is one of the most opulent areas. You've been here before. This is where the Roaring Horn was. If you remember, where you had gone and sort of looked around trying to find some stuff about the Eye of Winter, the Ring of Winter. This is where a lot of the noble families live. It's very unusual for there to an actual shop in here. However, as you go around one of the corners in Waterdeep, the shop is easily recognizable with creeping ivy trailing around the walls and hanging wooden sign etched with an elegant script spelling out its name, Mossvale Remedies. It's a two-story structure made of sturdy stone, weathered timber. Stands out because where most of the areas around here are typical Waterdeep stone, very sort of creamy type white marble type stuff. This oasis of greenery in the Castle Deep instantly catches your eye. As you approach the door, you notice elaborate carvings intertwined with vines and flowers. No expense has been spared on this. You're looking at the door. This has been carved by a master carpenter, and it's been very well done. As you start to open the door, slowly opens, and a fragrant aroma of dried herbs, incense, and French plants waft out the door. In the corner of the door, when you walk in, you see a middle-aged half-elf that's currently sort of preparing some herbs. And she looks up at you and she's, welcome to Mossvale Remedies. And she looks and please enter. How can I help you today?
A bit of a shopping list here, and I open up my potion book and give her the ingredients for healing potion.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we've got some of these here. Yeah, of course we have. How much quantity do you need, my dear?
Maybe enough to make 5 of these.
Like 5 graders
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, what do you have?
Well, she said, well, greater healing. If you depends on what you're doing. I can make up to myself. I can make up to superiors myself. It's something that I am able to do. However, I don't generally sell those ingredients, especially to people that I've just met. I make more profit on them when they're in their proper form, and I am operating a business here. However, I do for greater healings. I am able to. Normally, I sell them for 200 gold. But if you are a competent herbalist and able to make these yourself, I can sell you the ingredients for. I would. How many did you want? You wanted 4. Did you 4? I could sell you for 200 gold. I could sell you the ingredients that would make 4 greater healing potions.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Well, of course. Let's see. You see her then go back. She sort of gets various jars down, starts sort of coming out. She puts it on a little weigh scale where she's constantly doing this. She puts it all into individual bags for you and puts it down. So says, there you go. That is enough for greater healings. Do you need the? I'll throw them in. She gets 4 little vials out for you and puts them in and goes, there you go. There's your. DIY greater healing potions. Obviously, you have to do it yourself, but I'm sure she looks you up and down and sees Zora behind you. I see a lady of your experience should have access to those sort of things. That'll be fine.
Right. I share my experience with the healer that we met earlier on in our adventures and kind of what they taught me, and I run my ingredient list and my directions by with her to make sure that I am on track and knowledgeable about creating these potions.
Yeah, no, she says, yeah, that's a very interesting. Who come up with these ratios for you? That's So that's a newish way. I suppose it would give the same result. Yeah, interesting. And she writes, scribbles down things for her own notes, just to sort of. It's very interesting. Hey, different regions have access to different quantities of herbs, and I suppose they mix them together. But yes, but that'll be more than suitable for this. Yeah, that's very impressive. Well,
Wonderful.
I wish.
Well, from one herbalist to another, it's very nice to meet you.
Thank you. I wish you all the best in your endeavours. And she looks around, and Zora looks. She sort of cracks her neck a little bit, and she's can I help you, my dear?
I am looking for things along the lines of family planning.
It's very common in the noble quarter, my dear. Very
Yeah.
common.
I would imagine that those light-skirted noble girls probably come in here a bit, eh?
Normally, depending on who does it, sometimes they're fathers, but
And she's like making eye contact with what is this? Eldria, is that what you said his
Yeah.
name was? And like distinctly not looking at Moriana right now. Like I'm not gonna say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. But if you
Well,
happen to have something that would be useful, like preventative, perhaps I could get, a couple bits of supplies.
Well, I have this. It's a very well tried and tested concoction here. It's something that you don't need to take that often, but it's as long as you're not looking to start a family in the next few months.
Nope, that sounds perfect.
Well, fine. Okay, so she goes out there, she goes back, and she spends a couple of minutes sort of putting stuff together. Moriana, you can sort of see her doing this, and the stuff she's putting together, you're recognizing about 3/4 of the herbs. Some of them you're like, that. I'm sure that's poisonous. I'm sure that's poisonous.
Oh my
Essence of
goodness,
Dittany.
Lord, do you know what you're getting yourself into?
As
Is this birth control? But if it's pleep, it's bird control.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
She goes, I do understand your worry, my dear. Some of these, if in high doses, are poisonous. But however, medicinal uses of these, if you use the correct quantities, there's no harm to the individual at all. But I do thank you for your concern, and obviously your friend. She's a strapping young lady. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Actually, on that.
Any side effects I should be worried about?
Oh no, none at all. This is a very tried and tested here. This is something that's probably one of my largest sellers in this area. To be fair, I make this probably daily.
Damn. That's picture. Yeah.
Okay.
She gets this little vial. It's a little bluish liquid, and she gives it to you, and she's like, that's 20 gold pieces, please, my dear.
And she's gonna just kind of like ask a couple of quick questions, like how often do I have to take it?
Well,
Yeah,
take
anything else?
this one is this is a whole you take it in thing, and there'll be no chance of little darling, should I say, for the next say around 3 months.
Okay. Well, that sounds perfect for my uses, and I'll just make sure that I come back here before we hit another 3 months, or find somebody else that perhaps could offer us this thing.
Of the things that I would imagine we'd be playing and talking about on Dungeons and Dragons, Kara knocked it out of the park. Well done.
For everybody
Yes,
in the chat, what you see on the screen is hold on, let me cut this over. This is what she's preventing.
Oh, is that the?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like an unholy kiwi bird.
I think it's kind of precious.
I think the beak needs some lipstick.
Yeah.
It's hideous. I love it.
It's got a face only a mother would love.
I don't know if I could.
So okay, so is there anything else you're doing whilst you're in this shop? Is there anything else
So I am gonna just, hey, I would get the impression that you probably don't see a lot of ladies of my stature here. But have you ever seen another woman strong and tall like myself, might have referred to herself as Bishtal?
I can't say that I have seen someone like that in the castle district, my dear. To be fair,
Probably not. It's not her type of thing.
yeah, and also to be fair, it's unusual that we have people of your abilities, should I say, in normally it's normally the people that are walking around are. It's nice to actually talk to some people that aren't just watching very airy fairy. It's nice to talk to some actual down to earth people. It's very unusual here.
Okay. Well, it was worth an ask, and thank you very much for the potion. And we'll probably be back in about 3 months.
But anytime, my dear, anytime you're here. Hey, Bork, do you remember the name of your shop yet?
Yeah,
Did you
the
find
bent nail with Glenn Bogglecog.
Yep, nice.
Wow.
Have inspiration, sir.
I scanned over that like 5. I just had a burp.
Yeah, I think the stream dropped too.
Yeah, it's
Showing offline.
reconnected. It reconnected.
There we go. Yay!
It's doing Florida stuff.
Who knows? It's weird. It literally just burped. We're back up.
It looks like we're back. All right,
Okay, cool.
Welcome back, everybody.
Okay, so as you head towards the Rusty now, it's a bit of a jog down memory lane. You're quite happily, as you walk into the shop, you recognise the owner, and he looks back. It's a double take type thing, and he's like, Bork, my friend, you've changed.
And so out of my face is just crackling like I just point in the mouth.
He puts his hands up. He goes out the back. He picks up this little box. He starts sort of like tuning it in a little bit, and he says, "Say again. Sorry."
Mouth. Box.
As he does that, he stops. He presses play, and these jumble of assorted words and all that seem to go. And it's quite a strange representation of your voice, but he does get use my voice box too much, needs replacement, can you help? And he's like, I can certainly try. As we said, we've not seen one of you're unique, Bork. You're unique, but please come. He sort of makes you sort of lie on the table, and he gets down there and he says, just gonna have to. He sort of gets some like little screws out and starts taking your neck apart a little bit, and starts coming out and starts doing it. Feel a little bit uncomfortable. This is not the normal thing that you've been through since you've been on this planet. After what seems like an hour or so, you feel your throat, and suddenly it's like the box that you could fill for is just gone, and you're like, nothing comes out now. And you do it. And he holds it up in front of you. And he's like, wow. Starts to look through it. And what seems to have happened on here is the center of this voice box is a diamond, a very small diamond, but it seems to have shifted out of its normal position. It seems to have weared down some of the metal in the place where it's been constantly moving. And he sits there. He sort of gets his sort of like goggles on, pulls it down, gets a little flame, a little thing, puts out a magnifying glass. He spends the next sort of 20 minutes or so diligently replacing and playing this. And you see him get a little tuning fork out and start hitting it in various places. You don't know what he's doing with it, but it's looking good when he's doing it. It's just looking better. After the next sort of 5-10 minutes of this, he sort of proudly looks it up, and you see him spinning certain things, and it's all intricately moving. He goes, I think I fixed this, Bork. Hopefully, this will be good for you. And he gets down there, puts it back in place, and you suddenly you hear he says, "Don't talk quite yet," and he repatches it all back together, does all the little screws and little bolts back up, and he sort of gets you up and says, Bork, can you try to talk now?"
How does this sound?
That's actually that's a lot better than it was when you came in here. You may have to adjust it slightly because obviously this is the problem with any of the voice boxes. Any slight change can have a drastic. I'll try to keep it as authentic as possible. But to be fair, it's that it's an amazing thing, and please do not. Oh, I would love to study that in more detail, but alas, I understand that it's not something that should be.
I have time. If you, I'm sure I could talk to everybody else, and like you've helped me so much. From before with adding the my hand crossbow to my arm, and I look at this new tool I got, and I show off the all-purpose tool that's part of now part of my arm, and you show them that's like, look, I can cast spells with this thing and cast guidance on them just to something that's not going to hurt him.
Yeah, he starts looking at it and he's like, that's an upgrade that I never even thought was, even in my wildest dreams, was something that was possible to do.
I've never seen one of these before either. Holy crap, that's hell yeah. Hell yeah. Blandinas in twos. I want to say right now, thank you to Sam at the Splinter Tree for painting those for me and getting them out to you guys. She did an amazing job. But yeah, if you want to study me more, I think we're going to be in Waterdeep for at least a little bit. Anything to that I can help you with is obviously going to come back to help me in the future, in case I need upgrades or need to be fixed in some sort of fashion.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, if there's anything else, do you want me to give you a once-over whilst you're here? We can go through. We'll give you a.
Yes, please. I think I need to probably replace my fluids. I've had to use this. I apologize. I'm sure I stink from all this fish oil that I've had to use up in the north. But a fluid change would be great.
To be fair, look, if we worried about smelling, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here.
Yeah, hydraulic fluid smells pretty good,
Yeah, so what he does, he takes you out the back and he starts sort of stripping down sort of parts and giving you sort of like various sort of concoctions and stuff, and he sort of lies you in like a bed of oil, and he's going through giving you quite a clean. So you're having like basically a Bork spa day at the Rusty Nail. You seem to be sort of working as you start to look down. You start to see like bits and all that sort of familiar things. And it's a little bit minging to start with. It's like, ugh. But eventually, over the next sort of few hours you're there, it starts to be clear. It starts to do what it needs to do, and you are feeling a lot more, sort of more yourself rather than this the oil that you've had to use to sort of stay alive.
I'm sure I'll have to use that stuff again, but
Well, anytime you're willing, this is great. But as he's there, he's taking notes of various things and how your joints work and all these sort of things, and he's thoroughly enjoying every single aspect of this. Okay, so next person on the list, let's go do a Pleep. Pleep, you talked to a Mort, and he recommends you go to somewhere called the Gilded Grimoire, which is just outside of Castle Ward. And it's a small but mesmerizing arcane shop nestled in a bustling side street. The outside of the shop is a rich mahogany wood facade with gold lettering and elegant script, which seems to shimmer and rearrange itself in different patterns depending on which way you're looking at it. Hanging lanterns with colorful stained glass cast a soft magical glow that beckons curious folks in. As you open the door, there is a human there, female human, and she introduced herself as Isidore. And she's a fellow practitioner, I see from the looks of you. Please welcome. Well, come to my shop. As she comes in, you see her shut the door and sort of change the sign to closed. It's not that big a shop, and I have a sense that you are here for something important. So please, she moves you down and sits you down at a table. She sits down. She puts her glasses on and says, "And how can I help you?"
Well, a couple things. So, on a personal level, I got this bracelet. I'm gonna show her the actual bracelet on my arm. I don't want to take it off, but if you can identify this right here, it's it enhances my spell abilities, but also can make me turn human if I desire, and I do very much for an hour per day. So
That's-
I was wondering if there's anything else like that. Have you heard of anything like this? I don't recall that
You
ever
see
existing
her start
before.
going through some spells. She goes, "I've got some ways of doing this. Let me just see I've got a spell that could help me with this. She starts thumbing through her books, and she has she was this might help. She sort of gets the just making sure. She goes, yeah. She lights a couple of incense, a couple of things. She gets a couple of various things. She said, right, okay. First of all, I can find you some information about this, but this incense that I need to burn, for a fellow practitioner, I'm willing to sort of do and this, to be honest, I've not seen this before. It'd be very intriguing for myself. But the incense I need to burn is 50 gold. If you do want me to find out some more information about this, I can cast a spell, but you have to pay for the incense.
Okay.
You recognize
I'll
that
do
she's
that.
going to be using a spell called Legend Lore, which is like a 5th level divination spell. And you know that there are some costs that are intrinsically linked to that spell. So it is
Yeah.
it's not something that someone's pulling the wool over your eyes on this one.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll pay for that.
Right. So she gets there, she puts the bracelet down, and the bracelet starts to glow, starts to rise up and sort of spin round. And as she sort of she's there, you see her eyes go white as she starts and she's like, wow, I think this is the shifting grimoire bracelet. It's the history is wow. It's very old. It's very old. It's several hundred years old. It seems to have been crafted by an ancient wizard called Alaris the Weaver. He was a transmutation wizard, and he was always a master of polymorphic magics. Sought to create a tool that would allow his wielders to do this. He's used it for a few people. It's more used for sort of visiting royals and stuff, and presenting themselves as the race that they would expect people to see. But this one, the legends of this one say that he created this bracelet for an Araconda lover of his, a fierce warrior named Kaelis Swiftwing. She used to. Oh, what's happened? Oh. He said he got it for his lover, but
So another Aarakocra, you said?
Yeah. It was an Aarakocra called Kaelis Swiftwing, which was his lover. And they used to explore the lands of humans without causing fear or suspicion or his avian nature. But also, it's he looks up. I'm not very good with Aarakocras. Are you male or female Aarakocra?
Male.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's hard to tell sometimes. I just needed to ask.
You can see that. I have the same problem with you guys.
Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense. It's easier for us though. We have a different, however,
I look at her like, okay.
And she says, one thing is, one of the legends lores does from this that it says that whilst the Araconda was transmorphed, because she was only in that form temporarily, they were unable to conceive children and all that sort of stuff. But it's never been tested on a male. So that could be interesting. So to
Well, it
see
just
that-
was.
Oh wow!
So it was just
Congratulations!
tested. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations! Potentially.
But I was also worrying if there was any other like negative effects to this. This changes
it's,
me, right? So
over the
daily, if I'm
centuries-
using this or every other day, whatever, however long.
No.
I just want to know
No,
if
no,
this
no.
is dangerous.
This has been used over the centuries it's been changed hands many a times, passing to those, but it's mainly been used by wizards for its use as the arcane grimoire. You've got to be Araconda to actually use the polymorph aspect of this. So for you to find this is very fortuitous, and the histories we've got, the only history we've got of the from the spell is of one Araconda using it, and she used it well into her late stages of life. It never caused her any problems at all. But no, it's a fantastic. Where did you find it? This is the intricacy in the spell. Oh, I just wish that the master craftsman of this could still make items like this.
Way in the north, just far from here, but in a very dangerous area. We fought elementals and frost giants to get it. So I didn't realize it was there. We weren't actually going for it. That kind of is a nice segue. This is actually what we went searching for. And I pull out the runes. I pull out the blood rune, and then I pull out the unidentified
the little
rune.
tablet, the little tablet one.
Oh, tablet. Unidentified tablet.
Yeah, so she gets the tablet, she starts looking it over, and she's like, well, this is ancient. This is thousands of years old. This is it's very well preserved, and it looks like it's part of a. She starts to sort of, she puts it down and starts to draw it. You reckon you've got like about a third of a circle, like a cheese of a circle, and you reckon that this could be part of a circle or somewhere. Yeah, this very interesting. When you found this, yeah, these are the runes of and she reads them, and then it's like this rune on here is partially to do with transportation of some kind, some type of sort of teleport, key or opening. It's Giant's not my first language, not one of the languages I know a lot of, but they seem to mash a lot of their words together. But it seems like it's like keystone or teleportation or gateway, or it's that sort of meaning, these runes. But this is fantastic. So do you wish to is this for sale?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, it would look lovely in my window. This would be a talking point amongst my guests.
Yeah. Personally, we need that still. Appreciate it. I will. Well, thank you for that bit of information. Only taking up a lot of your time, and I want to compensate you some more for your time and information. So there's that, and then also this blood rune.
And she gets that, and she starts to look at it and starts overlooking it. She's like, "Wow, yeah, it's definitely pointing in." And she moves it around. You can feel like it drawing you towards that way. That's the castle district, the castle ward, somewhere that sort of direction. It might be past the castle ward, but it's in that direction. Yeah. So where does it lead?
I don't know. We're hoping to find out. Like I imagine it has the blood of something's in it that leads us to the direction of what it is. But is there any way you can help us maybe discover where this thing might be or how far?
No, it's the joy of these things. It's the sometimes the journey is just as much fun as the destination.
Mm-hmm.
That's like life.
Such a DM answer.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's heading towards that way. It does feel warm though, so it must be, unless it gets really warm when it's close, it must be reasonably close.
Oh, nice hot and cold trick. I like that. Very cool. All right.
And now you actually get it out. You do remember when you were up in the north and when you were looking at it, it was a lot. You're not sure if it was because you were in a colder area or it wasn't as hot there, but this is definitely a little bit more warmer than it was.
Okay, I do notice that it did change in warmth because I did explain that what happened when we got more pieces and had to bring them together and combine them. It took a long time to do, but once we did, it did get hotter. But now it's like, can't tell right now. I guess now now that you mention it, it is warmer here. I wasn't even thinking about it. Thank you.
No, that's fantastic.
Cough triangulation, cough.
Great.
And whilst you're doing that, he says, is there anything else I can help you with whilst you're here? Is there any spells you're after? Is there any ingredients you're after for spells? 'Cause I see a caster of your prowess. It's quite unusual to see. If there is anything, please let me know. This shop is always open for inquisitive minds such as your own.
Well, thank you very much. I want to tip her 20 gold for her efforts, for her information.
And she sort of you see her write down a load of stuff, and then she sort of puts in a little tube for you. Going, that's the history of your bracelet.
Thank you. And then I'll leave. And then when I do that, go to somebody else. But I do want to. She mentioned towards the castle, towards the keep, rather. I do want to go in that. I want to fly in that direction with it and kind of feel if it gets warmer. Play like the hot and cold game while I'm in the air.
That's fine. Yeah. So as you do it, you start to feel that it is getting slightly warmer towards the castle ward, but it's until you actually go in the castle ward, you're probably not going to find too much more.
And that's where the girls are at right now, right? The ladies.
Yep.
Yeah. Am I muted? No. Okay.
All right. So
Oh.
I'll go that direction. Nice.
Okay. And 2 seconds a minute. I'm just cutting and pasting some stuff for you into Discord.
Thank you. I'll keep that as well.
Yep. And otherwise, if I don't do it now, I will forget. So let's just. And that's what the note basically says for you. So you've got a bit of history on the bracelet. Right. So Tim,
Sir.
last but not least, you wanted to.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you want to check on your house first?
What's that, sir? Yeah, I can check on
Check on
the
your house first?
on the way down to whatever the direction is to maximize time. Yeah, I want to handle the ship, check on the house, and a temple. You know.
All right. So we'll do the house and the temple first. The ship will need a few of you to do a few more things in a minute, but we'll get to there in a minute. So as you walk around the corner, the once ruined Alexander house comes into view. Its former state of disrepair has been replaced with a bustling scene of restoration.
Yeah.
Where there are crumbling walls and sagging rooftop, now stands an active construction site with rhythmic sounds of hammers, chisels, and voices echoing in the air. The voice, once an eyesore with broken shingles and gaps in the sky, is now being painstakingly repaired by a team of skilled carpenters and roofers. The tall ladders lean against the house, the sturdy scaffolding. Each tile is being pinned down with precision, as expected from masters of the craft. On the ground, you see stonemasons labouring to restore the crests of House Alexander, which had long been destroyed in the time before you come in. It's taken a lot longer than you would have think, but they are hand carving these out themselves. The masons, their hands covered in white dust, move with practiced ease, sweat glistening on their forearms as they work from dawn till dusk. They've been doing this for days now. As you look around, you see members of the Gerargardian, Sir Dragonov's guard force, oversee the work and contribute to the ongoing transformation of the house. Clad in a deep blue uniform trimmed with silver, the guards wear the symbol of the stylized dragon wrapped around a silver broadsword, a nod to their allegiance to Sir Dragonov. A few of them assist in carrying materials, reinforcing the scaffolding, and even lending a hand to the masons and roofers when extra muscle is needed. The main entranceway, once grand, is now a battered arch, in the process of being refashioned into reflect of both the Alexander heritage and Sir Dragonov's authority. Sir Dragonov's vision is coming to life before your very eyes, the emblem of both strength and tradition rising from the crumbling remains of the House of Alexander. The rebuilding efforts have only breathed new life into the ancient structure. You also notice now that once before this was a bit more of a, as you said, it was a bit more dilapidated, this area, and it was a bit dark. Now there seems to be torches on all the relevant corners. There's magic lamps that are lighting up the area. It seems to be a lot more life happening. But last time you saw this place, it was only about a month ago. Is probably like sort of 30-40% complete. They've done some really fantastic sort of it was a lot more work than you thought it was. When you start to look at it now, the second floor is being put in. and give it another month or so, and this will be it should be back up to its normal grandeur.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to visit and say hi, that I'm still here, and praise the workers for how far they've gone. And if there's captains or sergeants, maybe get them together for a little all call and say, look what you've done. I blinked. We went away to the sea moving ice, and I came back, and you brought Tyr's justice to the streets, and you've opened up and you made it more peaceful. So keep up the good work, that kind of thing. Give them and we'll be back soon, and we're off trying to reestablish the ordning of the giants outside these walls. Or there's the tyranny of giants, much like there was a tyranny of dragons before. So keep up the good work in here while we keep up the good work outside these walls.
Well, as you get them together, they all salute. They instantly recognize who you are. They're like, yes, sir. This hard work is going, but we are definitely keeping up the area, and this will soon be a beacon of hope in this troubled lands.
Yeah, I'll continue. And I wouldn't waste too much of their time, and that feels good that I'll be able to report this back to my friends and my companions, and I'll tell them that Noynek is very proud of them. And I'll make sure to send some Noynek merch for all of you guys, some hand signatured signed Noynek merch, as much as as we can. And if I have anything from like Svarborg or whatever, I have a trinket or something, I'll leave it in there. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah, this was from the sea moving ice.
They're like, oh, to be honest, your tales are being said up and down the Sword Coast. It's just an honor to be able to work with someone you see it. And this knight, he's obviously a very well to do knight. He seems to stutter quite a lot even when he's talking to you because of the impression you have on these people.
But we don't have to
fanboy.
We don't have to bring peace here. The Krigvind, which is now, I think we're calling it Noynek's Glory, is right out. All right, man, we got another follow.
Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Thank you so much. But the Krigvind, I'll tell them about the Krigvind, and if they want to continue bringing peace, you can use this to join the new Waterdeep Coast Guard. As well. If you continue, if you want to go out in the water, have at it. There's room and board there too.
As she starts to say it, he says, look, I get where you're coming from, but my armor is nice and shiny. I don't, we'll leave the people that want to go on the boat to the less shiny armor. Otherwise, it sort of just gets, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I'll leave them be and then continue on then.
Okay, so I appreciate your stopping by though, Sir Timothy. And they salute you as you walk off. As you wander towards the Temple of Tyr, you start to sort of gather your thoughts. As you know, the Temple of Tyr in Waterdeep is known as the Halls of Justice. It stands in a grand, imposing structure reflecting Tyr's principles of law, order, and retribution. The building is fortress-like, made of white marble and granite, symbolizing strength and purity. It is adorned with large ornate columns and banners of Tyr's holy symbol. You look up and you see multiple sets of balanced scales resting on a warhammer, prominently displayed throughout. As you are walking up the steps, you see various initiates and neonites of the faith of Tyr milling around and doing their priestly duties. As they see you, you see them stop, bow their head. As a member of the Paladins of Tyr, they're instantly recognized. As you start to walk through, the head priest of the temple walks towards you, introduces himself as the high priest, Malor Kadaris. He's a devout, you've seen him many a times here. You know that he reports directly to Sir Henry. He's known for his stern yet fair judgments, his unwavering commitment to justice. He's an older man in his 60s, and he's been like a rock for this temple for many years. You've had a few dealings with him in the past, and he looks down and he's like, well, my son. So Timothy, you've come a long way in a very short time. How can I help you on this day? The day that did I hear that you've brought the Krigvig to lie in Waterdeep Harbor?
That's right. And I'll try to, reaffirm the things that I'm doing, with them, making sure that I'm following the right path. And hey, I've offered up the House of Algandar to, peacekeepers. I'm trying to offer up this Krigvin to, bring peace to the waters, here, and just ask for a blessing before I move on, and any guidance. I'll explain to him what's happening with the ordning, of the giants, and how obviously Tyr might be involved in this because we're on this path doing these things. It's basically just kind of checking in with my chain of command, doing Space Marine things with the Death Watch or whatever they're called.
So as he sits there, he talks to you, and you notice that where you've met this man a few times when you were younger, he was a bit more stern and a little bit more aloof then. Seems to be talking to you now nearly sort of as an equal, as someone that he knows of, someone that you do equally good work as him. He pours some drinks, he sat there, listens to you intensively on the ordering, and he's like, I just don't understand. I thought when the Stronghold had sorted out and saved us from Tyr. Many a time since you've the word of Neuneck and the Revengers comes down here, and Sir Henry is extremely proud to have a paladin of Tyr in this new section of heroes. Sir Henry is dealing with lots of things at the moment, but yeah, he did say for you to pass on his sincere thanks to your dedication.
Have we heard anything through our temples of the other party? Quent, went forward. If you remember Brother Quent, when we were here, he's a priest much like yourself.
I remember Brother Puent. All I know is that they've been split up. Something happened, and I'm not sure where that's come from. They've kind of been doing things that are not quite as visible as you. So, to be honest, most of the rumors have been about Neuneck and the Revengers that seems to have gone round. The other parties seem to be they're doing things. I know every now and then we hear that I believe the stone giants have been dealt with. They've been
Wow.
So that must have been part of them. I'm not sure which group that was, but it was part of that group. And I know that they've been to. There's so much going on there. There's demons. There was, it's. But we keep it out. But mostly, it's not been stuff that's been. To be fair, you've done a very good job of keeping in the limelight, should I say, from your party's point of view.
Yeah. Well, we are flashy. Well, we'll exchange some prayers and kind of give him some updates on everything that we've done, just to keep the priests of Tyr abreast of what we're doing. I'll bid him adieu, and then I don't want to take up everybody's time here. You know what I mean, with the rest of the group, but head down and make sure that the Krigvin has good operations order.
Okay, so you go back. You go look at Krigvig. On the way back to Krigvig, a small boy runs up to you and gives you a note, and Moritz asked you for you all to come back to the Urinin portal. So each of you are doing a thing. You get given a note. Okay, so Bork, you've just come out of your nice oil bath. You are as shiny as you can possibly be. All your joints are perfectly moving. Your voice box is now back to normal. Still a little bit raspy, but I suppose over the next few weeks it'll settle in. So you're also given a note as well to go back to the Urinin portal for this afternoon.
I will skip with my newly oiled joints, skip on back, played by Calliope. Not using the voice box at all. It's just Calliope music, all the way back to the yawning portal.
Okay. So as you all start to meet up at the Yawning Portal, Mort is waiting for you on the table. It's unusual because normally he's behind the bar, but as he pulls up, he gets out. You recognize it as one of the most expensive liquors they do at this place. It's like, this is like one of the. He gets down and he pours a drink for all of you. He's like, to Noinek and the Revengers, and he pounds it in one shot. He's like, it's amazing. I never knew that you guys would be so popular and effective. You see many adventuring bands come through here, all with tales of grandeur and boastful, I am going to be the best. That wasn't what happened with you. You came through quite nonchalantly, you came up through just, oh yeah, we should be all right. And look at you now. Look at you now. Everyone knows your name. I hear you've brought the Krigvig to shore, and from what I've been told, you wish to what is it? You wish to sort of for it to be used as some sort of coast guard or something. Is that what you're after?
That's right.
Yes, coastal guardians.
Yes.
Well, that's a fine thing. One thing I just need you to point out. We all know Waterdeep is a rather how do I put this? There's always right ways and wrong ways of doing things. There's a lot of cadence, and there's a lot of intricacies when dealing with these sorts of things. We've got the naval, we've got the Waterdeep naval, headed up by his name Manu. That's his name, Manu. Some hulking chap. It's a massive hulking chap. However, we've got the Navy. We'll need to make sure, if you wish to do this, that we are able to establish a decent base of operations, get the relevant resources. What's your thoughts on this? How are you going to not step on the toes of the Navy? How is the Coast Guard going to operate differently?
Blue water versus brown water, my friend. If it's brown water and close to the coast, then we're probably the ones repelling people, and the blue water where, it's deeper and you're crossing, sea lines, right? That's where Manu, all-powerful Manu, is probably making his name for himself. Found the deeper waters where, the Krigvig is probably just gently patrolling up and down. As for the money, we were sort of hoping to offset the cost of, what did we say, Sir Timothy? The docking fees, perhaps? To provide the ship to Manu, and if Manu wanted to roll this up under his own command, perhaps that he's got the kind of intellect for this boat type stuff that perhaps he should be the one that should direct this. We'll own it, but he'll direct it, right? I'm just a dumb barbarian, so what do I know about the sea?
You nailed it.
He's also a barbarian.
Yeah.
Zora, your Kara is showing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we'll need to make sure we talk to the relevant officials. Obviously, you need to get this approved by the Mask Lords. It's not something that they'll just go, oh, of course. It's something that we need to do that makes I hate to say it, but politics are politics. You know what people are like. They seem to thrive on this sort of thing. It bores me to tears, really, but just to make sure.
But surely, as you mentioned, our stature among the people of Waterdeep would go a ways. There'd be probably a little extra as we're trying to persuade them to follow what we want.
Totally. So what you'd need to do is have a discussion, write up a proposal between yourselves, and maybe find someone that was helping to write it in the. It depends on how good you guys writing laws. Laws is a little bit of a horrible word, way of writing things, but this level things, maybe you can work with some people and see if you can come up with an actual charter. What's the politics going to be? What's your rules of engagement? Like you're saying about the brown and blue water, that's an ingenious way of describing it. Ingenious, I might say. Never thought of it that way myself, but no, that's very true. But
As long as I can get somebody that
if
can do the
there's-
writing for me, I don't read.
we can do something here as long as, because obviously it needs to be proposed to the mask lords to say that this needs to be done. It needs to all be done above board and proper like. It's one of those things that we need to do. If we can't, otherwise they might see it as an incursion of some kind into the coastal cities of Waterdeep, and that's the last thing we want to get as a reputation that Noinek and the Revengers are, say, holding land or holding water of their own accord. That may be taken the wrong
Certainly
way.
not.
Yeah.
We're from the government, and we're here to help.
Yes, that's the one.
You know, it's a really big boat. And I kind of sit by guys, I'm like, what if we use it as, because it's so powerful, what if we use it as safe travel for people from here to Neverwinter and back? Like, that would be part of the pay as well. Like, it would travel up and down the coast and free travel for folks. So that could also add some cash money. We come back in a month, you never know. We'd have enough money for shiny shields and stuff and potions.
Can we load it with entertainment and charge them for that? too?
Bork. You know what I mean? There you go. Like, yeah. It's a regular,
luxury cruise.
Titanic.
Maybe a
a
buffet.
luxury
Oh, we're called the
cruise.
Titanic.
The Noitanic.
So it's going to sink its first voyage.
No.
It's maiden voyage. As soon as it gets up north, it's gonna head to iceberg.
The Noitanic.
Noted.
He's gonna love this. This is great. But yeah, I mean, think about it. People could be traveling to go visit their relatives in Neverwinter and back and forth, and on a friggin' battleship. Like,
I mean, it gets a little sketchy when you start having dual use stuff, but sure, we could talk through that.
yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Well, that's fine. But he goes, if you head over toward the Lord's Alliances, there will be many sort of bookworms and various scribes and over there, which should be, especially with your level of influence, you should be able to find one of them to be able to help you and see what this will cost to call up a charter in some way that is of the required. As I say, don't read them. Unless you're really tired and you want to sleep, do not read these sort of policies and stuff. They are the most dull thing on the planet, and it's not something for you adventurers to be dealing with, to be fair. But putting your name to it will definitely speed it along that process.
So what I'm hearing here is that we're gonna go ahead and find these sort of lawyer type people and give them a Noinek's commander's intent, if you will.
Yeah, that's right.
And then leave them to do the legalese and then go off and adventure a bit more. Because, God, nobody wants to hear me go off on laws of warfare.
Exactly, and that's why we could do that as a.
Yeah.
However, so
Yeah. Scooby-Doo, 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 Scooby-Doo.
yeah. So we'll do a little bit of Scooby-Dooing. You head towards the Lord's Hall. As you approach, seems to be as bustling and as normally busy as it always is around here. You approach the main gate, the main desk, and you ask for scribes. And they say, "Oh, we've got there's 3 scribes available at the moment. Do you wish to sorry. They start to salute. They recognize who you are. You know what bookworms like? They're constantly working. They look up, they see you, they realize who you are. They have oh shit, sorry, sir. We've got 3. Well, actually, yes, we've got 3 that are of a suitable level to assist you with. Do you want to help you with a charter for your new Coast Guard? Is that what you're after?
That's
Interesting.
right.
I've got 3 here that have worked on other types of sort of things. Do you wish me to select one, or do you want to select one yourself? Of the 3, it's your choice.
I'm assuming we need an insight check here on the scribe to make sure, that it's gonna be on the up and up. Did you?
Are you there?
Yep. What roll did you get on your insight?
21.
Okay. You notice he would pick the person that he feels is the best for this, but it might not be the one that you would potentially pick if that was the case. But he is being perfectly honest that he would pick a suitable one if you don't wish to do the if you don't want to check them.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that based on the check is what we're trying to say is actually happening in whatever.
No. So
okay.
as he does that, he goes right. Okay. The person that would probably best for you is a lady of the name of Crescenda Delson. He sort of sends a little note, gives it to a young lad that runs out the back. After a few minutes, a middle-aged woman walks through, meticulously dressed, well-fitted scholar's robe, shades of burgundy and gold, the colours of Waterdeep. She looks up, she moves her glasses and goes, yes, how can I help you?
What we would been saying, words.
Yeah. So you spend the next half an hour or so going through with what you want this to be, and that's brown water, blue water, potentially between here and Waterdeep, and make sure that there's some legal demarcation between the Navy and the Coast Guard, and make sure that you're not. So she goes asking us, I can see where you're coming from, and then she starts in a normal academic sense. She starts spewing various little bits of knowledge related to laws and in massive detail, down to like, her the person on the guest list. Yeah, just leave her to it. She'll be good. And he sort of walks her off, and you see her there, and she goes, "It'll take a few days for me to come up with the wording that's correct, and then obviously you will have to just cast your eye over it just to make sure that it makes sense." But, this fascinating that someone's thinking of. She's wandered off muttering to herself. Do you feel that you've done what you need to do to get this ball rolling in that regard?
Yeah.
So it's now in the afternoon. What do you guys want to do?
So do we have I guess we needed to go to the Eye of the Allfather, right? And I'm totally like Kara is blanking on that blood rune or the rune that Pleep has. What was that pointing to? What had we been told that pointed to? Well, I remember where we said it's physically pointing, but what had we been told like the end state was for that? Like what was it supposed to be going to? Oh, we don't know. It's just
Artemis
it's pointing somewhere.
Ember's bloodline.
Thank you. That's it. Okay.
I don't know how I remember that, but as I'm sitting there, like, you know, I just blurt words out, you know what I mean? Like, Artemis Kimber's bloodline, and I have no idea what that even means.
He had the ring of winter.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah. While we're still here, can I retroactive? The whole point of going to the tier was to grab another holy symbol. Okay, and I wanted to give it to Kara at Zora at some point in time because she's.
And there you go.
He was in Neverwinter, right?
We just disconnected again and reconnected. Sorry.
No. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Our internet is just stupid lately.
So Sirac is his son, and he lives in Neverwinter. At least the last time we knew or heard from it.
I didn't know that.
That could have changed.
We just drove right by it.
Yep.
Well,
Neverwinter is to the north.
It's pointing.
Where it's pointing. I can.
He's got it. He's got the.
He's got that one now. Okay.
But I mean, assuming he's giving it back.
Yeah, give it back. It's fine. But yeah, he knows it's pointing
so you can
north,
have it back.
and that's you don't know if that's is pointing through the castle ward, and the castle ward is in the northern elements of Waterdeep, and Neverwinter is to the north of Waterdeep. So
that makes sense.
Well, that's a strong objective. I don't know if that ties into the whole thing, but I do know there's a Lady Lariel in this town who just saw us, and she's wicked smart. There's the Blackstaff Tower and all of those big brains and heart. I think if we go and we talk to the You know what I mean? We go to the headquarters, you know what I mean, where everybody's at, and we just lay out all these facts and be like, hey, where do you guys, you know what I mean? Like, where would you like to send Team Noynek? What do you guys think?
I like it.
Because the Eye of the Allfather, no one knows where that's at. Can we check the sending stone?
Yes. Bort, yeah, we got a message from Quint explaining where all that stuff is. Yes.
Okay.
So whilst he was in the bath of oil, he got his little pager
My
went
pager
off.
went off. It did not off. It did not
So
explode,
basically,
but it went off.
Good.
What's a pager?
It's a sending stone, obviously.
Sending stone. Okay.
So what did we find out?
So we found out where it is. There are also,
it's to the east of Mirabar, up in the spine of the world.
in the spine of the world up there. He told us how to get into.
Is it him or me?
Huh?
It's him.
Mine?
It's him.
Okay.
You're very slow.
Yeah, my internet is.
You're juddery on the.
Yeah, my internet is a piece of crap
Do you
right
wanna-
now.
Do you want to go You want to go redo your modem, and
I
then
can
we
go
can come
restart
back
the
in
modem.
like 10
Yeah.
minutes?
We can do that.
Should we?
You guys want to take a break now?
Yeah, do break early.
Break now.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. Cool.
Come back in 10?
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah. That works. All
Be
right.
right back,
See ya.
everybody.
From the shadows, Noynek sneaks. His silent mind blades strike the weak. Bardic tune fills the air. A robot's music beyond compare. Sir Timothy